Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest. Today, we're going to go over the Brutal 3 difficulty challenge and how I cleared it with all of the stars and how Cuttlefish cleared it with all of the stars. We will be playing a live run-through video that both Cuttlefish and I recorded, and we'll also be giving you tips in the beginning of the video on how, if you're struggling on maybe Brutal Quest 2 or Brutal Quest 3, how you can maybe overcome that, how you can overcome Drain Force, and give you an idea of how you might proceed forward. So Brutal 3 is exactly that. It is brutal. And before we get into the real details of this map, there's a couple things you need to know. Both Cuttlefish and mine's team, composed of Little Leela, Kilfay, and Lucia, having these three units is very important, I feel. And you might be able to get away without having Kilfay if you do have Zombie Ryu, but being a Brutal 3 stage, you are really going to have maxed VCs, maxed Espers, and you're most likely going to have UR units. Another important thing that a lot of people don't realize is that you can set items and use items on this. Now, you can't use potions, but you can use Magic Potion, Phoenix Down, for example, or you can use Turbo Ether. This is critical, guys. I was only able to 4-star my mission because I had Phoenix Downs in my inventory and I used one. So at the bare minimum, put Phoenix Downs on your item bar so that if you do lose a unit, you are able to res them and complete the objective with all 4 stars. Another really important thing is to adjust your initial placement. We're going to go in here and I'm going to show you about placement, and we're going to talk a little bit about Drain Force because the map is set up to protect you against Drain Force. So when you're running through your initial placement, one of the things you're going to notice here is I'm going to put Lucia up at the top of the hill. And you're going to see when I do my playthrough, when I load it up for you guys, that Lucia in that position is able to sharpshoot this archer down here. This will help take the pressure off of the 2-man team over here. Now, in Cuttlefish's run through, he had Kilfay all the way back here, and his Kilfay was a little bit slower than mine. So it didn't really matter in the long run. We followed the same strategy, and essentially the same strategy was to have Kilfay up here on this pillar. Now, you'll notice that there's 3 pillars here, right? 1, 2, 3, and then there's this ledge back there. These pillars are really important to the strategy of this level because Drain Force cannot attack if there is a height difference. And a lot of people do not realize that if you have a height difference of 1, Drain Force won't work. So the key strategy here is to position your units either on these steps or right here on the edge of this right here to protect your units from Drain Force. This will force the enemies to use Shuriken if it's Ketone, for example, or if it's the Lightning Ninjas, they will use Shadow Stick to try and stop your units. The ones most likely to be hit by Shadow Stick are Kilfay, and I would recommend putting a ribbon on Kilfay. And I would also recommend this spot right here for Kilfay, but what you can also do is buff the first turn here and run back this way. Or if your Kilfay is not as fast as mine, put your Kilfay in this position right here. This will force a ninja right up, and then you can holy him. And the role of the second character here, you'll see in my video, it's Rain. In Cuttlefish's video, it's Zombie Ryu. The role of this character is to distract and finish off. And it's really important. It could probably be any durable character. I think you could even put an MR unit over here if you have Kilfay over here, but it really needs to be a unit that has high accuracy, that can deal damage and take some hits. The reason I chose Rain is because Rain has access to fire, and I actually wasn't expecting to clear on the run that I was recording, But I did, and I actually, if I had a chance to redo the run, I would have probably run Rain sub Knight of Grandshell, because he was actually sub Red Mage. So that is very important as well. As a side note too, there seems to be an error with the can't heal more than 1000 HP, because it seems like whenever you heal HP, unless you're raising, it counts as failing the mission. So you have to take damage distribution off Little Leela, you can't use any heals, and that's kind of the crux of everything. The main difference between my strategy and Cuttlefish's strategy, Cuttlefish had a much stronger right side, because he had Zombie Raryu and Killfei, and the ninjas are lightning elements, so they just get decimated by the two of those, right? You can tell this stage was made for Zombie Raryu and Little Leela and Howlet, because the elementals on the different sides are like really specific to the units that had come out. I, over here, run Howlet, and I ran Howlet sub Red Mage, and sub Red Mage is really powerful when he's fully maxed out. The reason this video is coming out so late, actually, is because I actually had to level Howlet's Resonance. I had to get his abilities up there. I wanted to get my Lohengrin +5 going. And I really wanted to make sure I could clear this, because I would not have probably been able to clear this if I did not have Howlet leveled, actually. Cuttlefish, though, did something really smart here, and this is another strategy you can employ. It doesn't have to be the unit Cuttlefish used. Cuttlefish used Ziza. But you can actually run a Steel Heart unit over here. And both of these Earth Element Sword Wielders can be Steel Hearted. And that just gives you more time for Lucia and for Halloween Little Leela to pick off the enemies. More importantly, though, it's Ketone that's going to be the problem over there, right? So it's really important that you quadruple shot from Lucia into Little Leela, right? So you chain on Ketone Little Leela's attack after a quadruple shot to kill her. That's really going to be important, because the way I killed Ketone was with Howlet, right? And that's going to be critical. Some other things to know over here as well for the Lightning Ninjas, or the Lightning Ninjas in general. The Lightning Ninjas will use Utsusemi if they cannot attack you with Drain Force. If they use Utsusemi, that is such a massive buff to evasion. You almost have to have a 100% hit guaranteed attack, or you need to be able to survive for a turn. So depending on your turn order, you may want to pop, defensive buffs on Killfei, or you may even want to do what I did, which was I used Little Leela's TMR on Killfei. And the reason I use Little Leela's TMR on Killfei is because it gives Killfei 80% magic up, which actually enables Killfei to one-shot wholly the ninjas when they come up, which you're probably not going to be able to do. Literally, the only reason I can do that is because I have the Red Chocobo card on her, I have Diablos on her, I have a Max Rama, a Max Trousseau. Like, literally, most people are not going to be able to do that with their Killfeis, and they're going to have to finish off with Rain, or with whatever other unit they have over here. So it does go to show that there are many different ways you can potentially clear this, and I think it's a really great map to showcase like knowledge of the game, right? I talked to a lot of people who genuinely struggled on this, and part of the reason they struggled is they didn't think, right? Like, they didn't think like, well, how do you survive Drain Force? What are the tricks? What are the strategies, right? How do you work against it? And what this map really taught me is if I ever go up against a Drain Force composition, I know how to beat them, because Drain Force is only good on flat maps, and all you need is one range height difference, and that's that. So lots of really cool things to learn in this map. And I think if you're really looking for a PvE experience that will teach you stuff, the Brutal 3 is really going to be the way to go. Now, it is going to require at least some UR units and probably some maxed VCs. Brutal 2 is a great way to learn as well, because it is a really hard mission. And pretty much everything that I said here, you can apply to Brutal 2, right? I think the most important thing is being able to dodge Drain Force And that is literally like the critical thing that will let you figure this map out. All right, everyone, I am going to go ahead and transition the rest of the video. I'm going to play my Brutal 3 clear, and then I'm going to play Cuttlefish's Brutal clear. I have them on 1.5 speed, so they will be playing pretty fast in the background here. Make sure you guys watch and enjoy if you're trying to figure out different strategies. I'm going to leave the music on, but I'm going to mute myself since I kind of talked about everything I feel like I need to talk about in regards to this map. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and sit back and enjoy the ride. Oh, and don't mind this glitch, guys, it will fix itself here in just a second. This was probably the most tense moment here because Lucia was stopped and I wasn't able to hit that ninja because a dead body was blocking Howlet from going to the ninja's side and using Soaring Blade. So what you're going to see here is the ninja is actually going to be able to kill my Lucia. And this is where I thought, you know, gosh dang it, it's so close, it was over. Like, what am I going to do? And I was like, no, you know what, I did put the Phoenix Downs. Let's just, you know, use it. Let's find out if we're going to clear this. And what you're going to see here is Howlet run up and use a Phoenix Down. I was a little disappointed I didn't kill that soldier over there either, so it was really lucky I got a crit there. Here comes the Phoenix Down. And then I was trying to figure out how I was going to kill this soldier, because Rain didn't have any AP, he didn't have any, you know, anything. And turns out I actually used an Esper to kill him. So that was how I cleared that Brutal. Super crazy, right? Super fun. Now I'm going to show you guys Cuttlefish's video. Little different. You'll notice we utilize some of the same positions. And probably the one thing that's similar in between both of ours is that on the right side, we do end up going back here, right? We end up utilizing this space back here as like a safety space. And it's also important to note you can run back here to survive as well. One other difference you'll notice with Cuttlefish is his passives on Leela are set differently. And I can't remember if he positions differently as well, but he is actually able to snipe this ranger earlier on. And some of you, that might be important depending on the compositions you're running. So make sure you watch it, check it out, and gain some insight from it. An important note here as well is that you are also going to see Ziza not only using Steel Heart, but also using Steel Time as well on Ketone. You can see he's protecting his little Leela. He's making sure his little Leela won't get hit, because he knows if his Leela gets hit, it's game over, right? All of this is for nothing. Comes in with the finish off here on Halloween Ryu, and he is able to clear it and get all of the mission objectives. All right, everyone, if you have any questions or you want any more tips, make sure you leave a comment down in the section below, or you can message me on Discord or Cuttlefish on Discord. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. As always, make sure if you are buying Visual, you use my affiliate link dig.gs/coins or dig.gs/offer, and have a great rest of your day.